Yeah. ESPN. 5:80 a.m. 5:80 a.m. The Kevin Sutton Show. The Kevin Sutton Show. The Kevin Sutton Show.
Google me, baby. I'm almost famous.
Kevin Sutton Show live. We back again. In the studio now, ESPN, Phil Bird with the swagger, the Boston approach, bringing the knowledge in is real when he's knowledge on shows. Myra for the ladies, the appeal to the mic, always dropping all the facts that you hearing tonight. Kevin Sutton with the humor, sarcastic, got a question, just ask it. The Kevin Sutton Show got it mastered. The Kevin Sutton Show, live, we back again, Orlando, ESPN, we live, let's get it in, we here now. The Kevin Sutton Show. The Kevin Sutton Show.
Oh, I hope you enjoyed that because it has been far too long, baby. Hello and welcome back to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando, where you can catch us Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. But don't worry, we're not on. We are on 24/7 at KevinSuttonShow.com. And you can also follow us on all social media at Kevin Sutton Show. Or you can follow me or Nick, ESPN 580 Nick. You can follow me at Dr. Phil. Hey, it's Friday. What's going on, everybody? I hope you are all having a good week. It is the weekend, so you know what that means? It means nothing if you work on the weekend, so sorry.
Very true.
Yes, but without further ado, let me introduce who I have in the studio. Some say this man invented mac and cheese. Nicky Football.
Did not invent it, but I've eaten plenty of it.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. You know whose mac and cheese is actually really good that
What's
I didn't
that?
think it was good?
Emerald Lagasse.
Walmart's.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Walmart has their deli and stuff there.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, the warm food is actually really good. Yeah. So how's everything been, man? It's been too long.
It's been a minute. Like, you guys haven't been here for what? I mean, the last time you guys were here, I was on vacation, I think. So were you in here that week?
No, I was filming a movie.
Oh, that's right. You were filming a movie. Oh,
yeah,
that's right.
so I was actually busy all month anyway. Even if we were on, I wouldn't have been here anyway. But welcome back, man. How was your vacation?
It was good. It was good. Went up to North Georgia. Kind of unplugged for a little while. Thought that it would. But you get back to work and immediately you're like, I need another vacation. So
you come back one day, I have to go.
It is amazing. But no, I mean, I'm good. We had a good time. North Georgia is really nice. It's a great place to go vacation. If you have the means, I highly suggest. And by the way, it is not expensive to go up there because I went up there. But it's very nice. They have some great stuff to do up there. I really enjoyed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you're wondering what you heard at the beginning of the show, we are no longer bumping Limp Bizkit.
Good.
Limp Bizkit is a little outdated. I know.
Just a bit.
Kevin's probably like, no, I like Limp Bizkit, but no,
you can like it. I mean,
yeah, Fred Durst. That song "Break Stuff" is not a bad song. It's just we've just had that song literally forever. Kevin and Myra, before I was even on the show, they used that song too. So it was time for a change, and our good friend Montezi, he decided to make a track for us, and that's what you heard in the beginning. So make sure you guys follow him. At Montezi. He has his own podcast with another wrestler we have on the show a few times, Shane Swerve Strickland, Swerve City podcast. Make sure you guys listen to that. And don't forget to listen to our podcast, too. If you miss any episodes, just follow us at Kevin Sutton Show on any of your podcast outlets. That's iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, Google Podcasts. There's a plethora of stuff. So welcome to the show, guys. I don't even know where to start, Nick. So much has happened since the last time that we have been on, and the last time that I have been on. We had a World Series. We had baseball playoffs.
Yes, we did.
The NBA season has started.
It has. We're about 10 games in.
The NFL season is halfway through, right?
Yeah, we're officially at the midway point. We're done with 8 weeks.
Yeah. We're halfway through, and I see Kevin bumping on the door. But we're halfway through. And so one thing that I am happy about is I'm going to say baseball is over, but Nonetheless, congratulations to the Boston Red Sox winning your 4th title in the past 15 years. You won in 2004, 2007, 2013, and then this recent World Series. So congratulations to Boston Red Sox. I mean, they're pretty much front runners this entire baseball season. So congratulations to them. Sucks if you're a LA fan, you guys lost, but don't worry. But Nick, I was just talking about Boston winning their 4th title in the past 15 years. Boston's,
how about that?
Boston's a good.
What is it, 11, 12 titles in the last 16 years or something like that? Since 2002, there's like 5 Patriots titles, 4 titles for Boston. There's
for Red Sox, 1 Celtics and 1 Bruins.
There's
right?
1 Bruins, so that's 11, isn't it? It's 11.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 in the last 12 years or something like that, or 16 years or something. So
Wow.
like if you were born like in the year 2000, like you're just an invincible Boston sports fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, guess who's here? Kevin Sutton. What's up, man?
I'm really not here.
No?
No.
Where you at?
I'm incognito.
Cognigro?
No. I was making sure I didn't say that.
That's okay.
I've said the other one so many times in my life that I've caused plenty of issues.
Well, Kevin, did you hear our new intro?
No, I was literally driving, rushing here.
You have a radio in the car?
No, I didn't even touch the radio. I didn't even touch it. But I want that thing inside the studio right now.
Oh, the foosball table?
Yes.
No. Who brought you?
Who
brought you guys? Who brought you that?
Jerry dropped that by. As Jerry tries to turn this place into a
Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, exactly. It's more.
I love it.
It has turned more into kind of a bar than it has a radio studio.
Yeah, you got the punching thing on one end of the table, food's table on the other end.
Some beer.
Beer. Oh my goodness! But did you guys do the thingy-ma-dingy?
We did everything.
Okay, why was that music playing?
Because that's your intro now.
Oh,
when you're
I'm
here.
Kevin.
Yes.
What up?
But no, I was just saying we got rid of Limp Bizkit. That's gone.
That is a beautiful song, by the way. I'm just gonna say
exactly what Phil said you were gonna say.
I'm just gonna say. Now, mind you, I have other songs that we've picked over the years. It's just here for some reason we have not changed.
Yeah.
But change is a good thing.
Well,
I'm riding the purple wave, and that sounds like a very sick new porno type situation.
oh my God.
No, not
But
at all.
I'm not the red wave. I'm not the blue wave.
So
it's actually magenta. So
you're both. Oh, guys,
I'm riding the magenta wave.
on Tuesday, November 6th.
November 6th is when you vote. No matter who you vote for, I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
Just vote.
Yes.
And the amendments are crazy. It's convoluted. Let's just say it like that. There was a moment when I was like, I was yes on one, and then a moment later, I'm like, I'm no on it. And then like 2 bathroom breaks ago, I was like, I'm reading up again, and I really see I'm right in the middle. So there's always something being uncovered.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 10 days is the dramatic moment of all politics.
Yeah.
Where they drop the bombs like, boom, did you know about this? The one day he
Did
was
you
walking.
know that they only use one sheet of toilet paper? One ply.
His uncle once was
Yeah. Don't even say it.
a pedophile. What? His uncle? Yes, his third uncle. Like, does that make any difference? Like, does that change your mind?
Mm-hmm.
His dad was a slave owner.
Mm-hmm.
His dad's dad from his dad's dad. Dad.
You're ridiculous. Well, Kevin,
That's politics.
Kevin, we got Brad J. Well, the former X Game announcers calling in.
Well, I
next
gotta
segment.
fix my vernacular. I
Yeah.
apologize, but dazzle dizzle.
Yeah, so he has a couple events that he just called.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to talk
I heard
about
some crazy
stuff in
events
China
going
too?
down. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
He'll be
boy.
calling in. Crazy stuff going on with WWE. We're not really know Nick mix politics in, but it kind of affects what they did. Also, NBA season we never did our picks for that, and I guess we all just forgot about our NFL stuff. Nick, you remember that?
No, I don't. No.
We've been gone for a long time.
Yeah. So So let's
So what do you
let's
say?
do that when we get back. Let's talk to Brad when we get back.
I don't even know what a radio show is anymore.
Huh? What are we? Who's listening?
All I know is swing and a miss. Stay tuned. This is the Kevin Sutton Show in the Crizzo. Stay right there, baby. Peace.
Welcome to my house. Welcome to my house.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Put on the poll, did the Cavs do Ty Lue a solid? Because I think they did. He didn't want to work in there, man. He was having anxiety attacks and stuff last year. What the hell you want to be coaching that for? Wouldn't you rather just take the money and go? Like, why do you want to be coaching that?
Yeah, but the thing that caused those attacks is left. It's in L.A. I mean...
Dan Le Batard, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN 580 Orlando.
I wasn't prepared to be a caregiver to Mom. I had no idea how hard it would be and what I would need to know. Things I never thought of, like how to improve her mood and ways for me to stay positive. Luckily, I found the Caregiving Resource Center from AARP. It had articles about the basics, but also information about the hurdles I was facing. Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving. Articles, tips, and tools to help you both care for your loved one and care for yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
As an 18-year-old, I let my mistakes kind of take over my life. I was 0.5 credits away from completing high school, and I didn't do it.
10 years later, at age 28, Jackie finished her high school diploma.
When I found out that I was pregnant, I know that I had to do something for myself if I wanted to make her a better person and provide a better life for her. My family never stopped pushing for me to be better because they knew what I could become and who I could become as a person. My support team is amazing. The educational director, my sister, and even my 7-year-old daughter has just been more than the support that I could ask for. I've been given an opportunity, and I'm just thankful for it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Olivia, from Washington. Laid off and trying to keep our little kids from realizing that Mommy and Daddy haven't eaten in a while.
Roger, from California. I'm grateful we could afford our son's surgery. I'm nervous that now we can't really afford food.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Keisha from South Carolina. I've been skipping meals so my 2 kids can eat, but filling up on water doesn't really work.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Now you can listen to ESPN 580 Orlando on your smart speaker.
Alexa, play ESPN 580.
Hear all your favorite ESPN 580 shows just by saying,
"Hey Alexa, play ESPN 580 on TuneIn."
ESPN 580 Orlando from TuneIn.
Winning at pretty much everything except sports radio.
Winning. Winning.
You're listening to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN
580 Orlando.
Everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
Yes, sir. Back in the action. How do you do it? How do you do it? Boston. Oh. Boston Eddie. I don't even like the guy, but he did predict the astonishing win that would happen with Boston.
What's really astonishing? They kind of just beat them pretty easily.
Like you just sit there and just it's like, damn. That's all you can say. Yeah. Damn.
Hey, whatever.
I'm just glad it happened quickly.
Yes.
So we can get back.
I'm glad we're back.
Like we're back. Like I woke up like Michael Jackson in that chamber that he paid for. Like, oh my goodness, what year is this? Oh, it's 40-40. Oh. That's what's gonna happen. You know that, right?
Uh-huh.
They saved his body.
Ted Williams got his head frozen in a
Yeah.
Cryogenic.
Him and Walt Disney gonna
chamber,
wake
right?
up. Michael
Yeah.
Jackson with his monkey and Walt Disney with his rat. And they both gonna be like, ow.
Mm-hmm.
Let's collaborate.
Okay.
Like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
No.
All right. I'll stop being. Go ahead, Phil.
Okay, so we had this guy on the show before. He is a former X Games announcer. This guy's resume is so long. It'll take me at least 10, 15 minutes to even intro him. So without further ado, we got Brad J in the house on the line. Brad, are you there, my friend?
I am here, and it's kind of funny when people try to introduce me and they just don't. There's too many things that even I forget that I did. And what do you say?
It's like,
X Games
my
announcer, Olympic
accolades.
announcer. What do I do?
You have to use that definition.
No, how's this one? 8 pages on LinkedIn.
I was about to ask you, like, how big is your LinkedIn?
That
sounds so dirty. Why
that
did I
sounds
say
like
that?
riding the magenta wave.
Hey, Brad, how big is your LinkedIn, buddy?
Oh, man.
8 pages.
I got an 8-page LinkedIn.
This is going south. This is going south.
Apologize. Hopefully you already know by now that I'm a complete idiot. And Phil is he's my partner. Maybe you should just talk to Nick. He keeps things in line when Myers not here. So things are going to run a little differently. So once again, let's talk about your LinkedIn. No, Action Sports is by far where we started. The roots of the show, from wakeboarding, then going into BMX, motocross, skateboarding. Then we started into a little bit of dabbling in the wake skating, and that took off really huge. And then Red Bull came and took over the world, and Action Sports became like a household name. Athletes just started happening from nowhere.
Yep.
It changed Action Sports forever. Shaun White, my grandma was like, oh my goodness, I love that little white boy. And I'm like, you don't even know Shaun White. She had a little redhead boy. I'm like, wow, all right, grandma. So everything changed.
It did, and it's all mainstream, and the Olympics has everything now. They have skateboarding, they have surfing, they've had their snowboarding. They keep going younger, trying to get younger demographics to watch the Olympic competition, and Shaun becomes a household name. And speaking of which, Shaun White news. Have you covered the story?
Break it to us.
We haven't been on.
Shaun White's Halloween costume.
Oh, Lord.
What was he? Did he do blackface?
I did that last week, and no one even paid any attention.
He did Simple Jack.
Oh, from Tropic Thunder?
Yes, from Tropic Thunder.
That is a dangerous costume.
It's a very dangerous costume.
Oh, he got hammered.
I think it's hilarious, but I something's wrong with me.
Well, we know he got hammered. Did people like the costume though?
No, both of them. He got hammered because people didn't like it, and hammered on both sides of that. He didn't fare well, but he did put a nice little speech out afterwards and saying how insensitive, and he learned his lesson.
Oh, come
So
on.
he did. He definitely. If you check the Instagram, he posted all up on there. Well, and when I first saw the post of him in Simple Jack, it's like you were. It's funny, but then it's not funny to everybody, and that's probably where you don't want to post that.
Wow. All right, Brad. Well, let's break it down to some real business here. You announced the Red Bull Rampage last week in Utah. How was that?
Man, that event is just one of the gnarliest events in any sort of downhill mountain biking, because it's big mountain riding down stuff that's not meant to be ridden down. And it's out in Zion in Utah, the big red cliffs, and guys are dropping a good 65, 70 feet drops and spinning 360s in the air on mountain bikes and landing and riding away and doing backflips and front flips over kickers, and it's gone to a whole new level. And Brett Reeder, a guy who has basically done everything. He's got an X Games gold medal when X Games had mountain biking. The one time they had it, I think in Germany, is when they had it. He's got Joyride medals. He's got a bunch of other medals, but he'd never got Rampage. So the Canadian got it this time. So it was big for him to get that. But it's one of those events that when you come away from there and no one got seriously injured, you're just like wipe the sweat from your forehead and just go, oh, we dodged another one.
Brandon, when you see
someone gets hurt.
When you see all of this stuff and you just saying these guys are dropping 60, 70 feet, where do you see the sport or any of these action sports going, pushing the envelope? Like, what's next? Because this is getting so extreme.
Oh, it's
like,
it's
where can it go from here?
Now, before you dabble your toll of experience of all experience into this, one, it's an honor to get to speak to you. I always give my man Rich big daps for when he gets us in contact with the who's who of action sports. But
thanks, man.
I will say this right here. Action sports has changed so much. I actually took the time. Like, there's wakeboarders right now. I mean, I'm in the era of J.D. Webb, Parks Boniface, Sean Murray, Still Lafferty, which is I knew the kid when he had braces. So these were the guys coming up, changing the era of wakeboarding. But then when it's now, I was sitting in the bed last night wearing my Make America Great underwear, and I grabbed this magazine. And I'm like, it was Wakeboard Magazine, and I'm like, who in the hell are these kids? And then they're like, they were the top 10 athletes in the world for wakeboarding. And I'm like, I don't have a clue. And I'm like Googling. I'm like, I haven't been gone that long. I literally, it's been a year of this campaign stuff going on for my wife. So 1 year I've dropped off, and there are people that I can't even pronounce their names that are now the top wakeboarders, and they're like 12.
Yes.
And it's like the industry, and when I watched the tricks that they were doing in this video, I remember when Parks Boniface did the first 1080, and people were going insane, and they're like, well, there's no video footage of it. I mean, people didn't have cell phones with high definition cameras carrying around in their pocket every day. So then they were like, it's not true, it's not real, it's fake, it was edited. And so now they came out and he did it again, and then you had Rusty Malinowski did it, then you had Still Lafferty went and whopped one in, and the next it was like left and right. In this era of action sports for wakeboarding was on a rise, and the tricks were being done like hand over foot, and it was like, hold on, everybody can do a 1080 now. No, it's a switch 1080. It's like, all right, no, not just a 1080. Now we're going to bump it up to a 12, and it's going to be a blind 1080, and then it's going to be a double back roll, and like, hold on, wait. What happened to the norm? It's like watching the Wake World Tour right now. There's so many tricks that are happening, it's impossible to keep up with what's going on. And every athlete is doing amazing. And skateboarding is the same thing right now. Alex Sorgente.
Oh, my gosh, I know, right? That guy's a lock for the Olympic team for U.S., no doubt about that.
Where do you see, is it to the point where it's impossible? Let's think about this. Like, when Tony Hawk was changing the world of skateboarding, it still was feasible for you to kind of come in the reins of being a contender. Now, when you have the top 20 athletes are doing stuff the top 100 couldn't even do 5 years ago.
Well, look at Tony's situation, 900 on a vert ramp. That's much harder to do it on a vert ramp than it is to do it on a mega ramp, even though people say, wait, that's bigger, it's harder. You have more time on a mega ramp to spin around a 900. But to do a 900 on a vert ramp, still, people don't have that on lockdown. And you look at Tony did it in 1999. So
that's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has not gone anymore. Yes, there's guys who've landed at 900. There's a handful. Maybe there's, 20 guys who have landed it probably total, maybe more.
Yeah.
They've landed on a vert ramp, and that's it. And so that never went past that. And Shaun White was trying to 1080 for years on a vert ramp and never got it. So the fact that the spins, you always see these rotations, and you really hate to see more rotation means more points.
Yeah.
You really hate to see that when it comes to competition, because then is it gymnastics where it's just we're counting rotations?
I ain't going to say nothing, brother, but I'm about to say amen. Go ahead, continue. let the people in the back of the church hear you, brother.
I'm just saying style should be something that's really ranked, and is it? Because it's like, well, that guy did a 1440, he did 1260, so the 1440 wins because that's a bigger number.
And do you like? I mean, literally, this is where it comes from. I mean, when normally these guys get all excited about like football and basketball and baseball. Well, not really baseball, but everything else in between, they get excited about. Action sports is my jigs, and I love it. And in action sports, and literally watching these guys ride yesterday, I was like, "Where's the big air in this?" Like literally like 5 feet from above the wake. Like what happened to the big air tricks? What happened to the double ups? Where's the barrel rolls off of this? Like it's going for these technicalities of spins that are so fast, and you have to do so many transfers. There's no time in the world for you to go up big. It's basically how fast can you get it going across? And you're losing I would say, the technicalities of all what you're doing, the touch, the grab, the backwards, the hand back passes, all these things are great, but the stuff for the fans, the people in the bleachers, the people on the sidelines watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
The awe factor.
Nasty method.
Yeah.
A big nasty method where you just kick that board out.
Yeah. It's
grab
gone.
it with that front hand.
That is what's gone
holding
right
the rope
now.
with your backhand, and you're big at you're extended. The whole rope's extended, the whole 9 yards, and you're just dropping it. That'll get you 20 points. Some guy is going to spin whatever 12 to take the win.
It was phenomenal. I mean, I sat there like amazed that I remember when Still Lafferty we were riding with John Jeffries, which was a Nike athlete and was a prodigy that was going to by far take over the wakeboarding world. And great personality, great sportsmanship. I mean, a great athlete, and then just dropped off the face of the earth. But I remember riding with John Jeffrey, Still Lafferty, and I think it was Daniel Powers. And we were out, and all two of these guys are world champions now in wakeboarding. And at that time, they were like 10 or 12 years old. And seeing them trying to work to get a 700, trying to work on a scarecrow. And it was this is exciting to me. That was amazing watching them trying to achieve that greatness of Sean Murray. And now they've surpassed it so much that it doesn't give people that are still in this generation, still good athletes, the capabilities of even being on the platform, to see people dying out. I don't think there's any other sport that the athletes just die out within a generation. You didn't see Michael Jordan just disappear. There was an era where he got to play with Kobe for a little bit. There was the moments where LeBron James is interacting with Kobe. You got the Magic Johnson, the Larry Bird, and all these people touched each other. The greatness of the sport and action sports is advancing so fast.
So Kevin, what you're saying, and Brad, you can agree with me or not. Well, based on your analogy for the NBA, is that you're saying there's no real torchbearers to actually pass a torch because everyone's moving so quickly.
I mean, within 5 years, within 5 years, and it's all of these. I mean, I watch.
Well, I mean, there's certain sports where some of them have the Nyjah Houston when it comes to street skating. Okay, here's a guy who's been pretty darn automatic for the last 10 years,
10
years, 12 years. Yeah, so he's been a guy who, like a Ryan Sheckler was 10 years ago when he was on his little 10-year reign or something like that. So there's guys that can actually transcend it. There's a couple guys in vert right now that can do it. That guy Clay Kreiner who skates all different types of surfaces. So there are some, but I feel like there's not personalities. And I, for one, love the personalities of the sport because that's what I grew up in, watching that. And
all right.
I just don't like the canned answer every single time.
If I start stalking you, this is going to be a problem. So what I'm going to do is try to keep you on as long as we can. Can we have you on for another segment?
Yeah, if you got to take a break.
All right, we're going to pay some bills because I would literally not care about anyone. But I got told that we got to go to commercial break. So if you stay right there, there's more on action. This is going to be a segment. I'm going to push this one because this is great conversation. This is action sports right now. ESPN, stay right there. We got the man himself, not in the studios, but he is here with us and blessing the studios with so much great knowledge. Stay right there, folks.
Since 2007, the Sharing Center's Bless Our Souls shoe program has been serving low-income children with a gift card to purchase a new pair of shoes for back to school, Christmas, and Easter. For more info on Bless Our Souls, visit thesharingcenter.org.
Geico gives back. Make-A-Wish Walk for Wishes event celebrates more than 285,000 wishes that have already been granted, while raising funds for future wishes to children in our community who are battling life-threatening medical conditions. Visit wish.org/ways to help to get involved, and visit geico.com to see how much you could save on car insurance.
Orlando's largest two-day festival is back. The 48th annual Fall Fiesta in the Park, presented by your local Ford dealers. Come out to beautiful Lake Eola Park on November 3rd and 4th for original art, crafts, a huge kids play area, and live entertainment all weekend. The event is open 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Fall Fiesta in the Park is brought to you by Herzing University, Lake Ridge Winery and Vineyards, and Central Florida Expressway Authority. For more details, visit fiestainthepark.com.
Coming up on Monday, we'll break down the Pack and the Pats, Mahomes and Baker reuniting, and all of Week 9 in the NFL. Plus, what does the outcome of Alabama-LSU mean for the college rankings? And who won the weekend? Golic We Go Monday, beginning at 6, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm John Ryder. A new deal for Dodgers ace Clayton Kershaw. It's a 3-year extension worth $93 million. Bryce Harper, Dallas Keuchel, Craig Kimbrell, and Yasmani Grandal among 7 players that received qualifying offers from their respective teams worth $17.9 million for next season. They now have 10 days to accept the offer or enter free agency. Marquee matchup in Week 9 of the NFL is this Sunday night in Foxborough. Patriots taking on the Packers. ESPN's Louis Riddick on the differences between all-time quarterbacks Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers.
You have the great technician in Tom Brady who has perfected the art of throwing the football, and then you have the great off-schedule creator in Aaron Rodgers. It's just the contrast in styles. Both of their teams have strengths and weaknesses. You know the Patriots are going to try to attack the middle of the field. You know with Aaron, a lot of things are going to turn into playground ball. And that's the fun part about it, is you're going to get a little bit of both. I think Tom wins it because they're at home. I think it's one of those where their coaching staff is better than the Packers' coaching staff. I think that's the difference.
This is just the second time that Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers have matched up. The other was 4 years ago, a 5-point Green Bay win over New England. Early in the NBA season, but Lakers team president Magic Johnson upset with LA's 3-5 start. He's blaming head coach Luke Walton, reports ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski and Dave McMenamin. On the scoreboard and on ESPN TV right now, the Wizards lead the Thunder 28-26 in the first quarter. Dwight Howard, 11 points in his Washington debut. He's been out with a back injury. This to be followed by Golden State hosting Minnesota. Nets lead the Rockets 57-43 second quarter in Brooklyn. James Harden still out with a strained hamstring.
Hey, it's Stugotz. Join us Monday. We'll have the funniest thing from the sports weekend. Plus, I'll have my weekend observations. That is Monday on the Dan Le Batard Show with me, Stugotz, on ESPN Radio.
Saying at least one stupid thing per day.
I've been beating the meat, but I ain't never did in the cooler like you did.
This is the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN
580 Orlando.
Oh my goodness. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all in the username Kevin Sutton Show. Get into the action. It's all about that day right now.
And the nonsense.
And the
That's our tagline.
That's it. And the nonsense. Because I'm unpredictable, depending on what's going on. Did I have my tacos? That these are big things. And people are saying, guess what Tuesday is? I'm like, Taco Tuesday. They're like, Election Day, you idiot. I'm like, tacos have been around for a long time. Well,
Kevin,
election is every 4 years.
Kevin, when you mean it's Taco Tuesday every day.
Yeah. Tacos every day?
Tacos every day.
I like that.
My colon does not.
Your colon does not like tacos.
Anyway, we got Brad J, X-Game announcer, on the line with us. Brad, you still there?
I need Brad to just say my name. That sounds freaky, but I need you to say my name.
What?
Say my name.
I just need him to and next up is Kevin Sutton.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, and now, drop it in next. Put your hands together for Kevin Sutton.
You don't know what that did for me, but the table is mad. The table is really mad.
Brad, I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that out, and then Whenever Kevin's here, it's gonna say that.
Come on, man. He said every action sports god's name. And now he just said mine.
Well, speaking of action sports god, hey, what's up with Alex Sorgente winning in China?
You say his name.
He's a destroyer. Man, he is a destroyer. And he will represent the U.S. and he will go to Tokyo and he will put on a display. I'm the huge fan of him because he's been one of these guys that I've known him since he was a little kid. And he's always been such a respectful kid all the way growing up. Not a trough talker, just a good dude. Just all the way. He just deserves it, man.
Dude, when you say it, it's like it rolls off your tongue like fresh Chef Boyardee. Sorgente. You know, his father
like the cheese?
Is an action sports amazing guy as well. From jet skis to motocross to BMX, his dad. And then his little brother is doing the same thing. But his parents literally have groomed him to not just be a kick-ass athlete. They're just like, you got to be good to your people. You got to be good to your sponsors. You have to remember the people that help you get here. I got to see.
And listen, though, when you have a Red Bull sponsor, you definitely be very happy about that. And you treat that and you coddle it like it's a very fragile egg, because that is a sponsorship you want to hold on to it even when you're done competing.
Yeah. I'm putting him on the level of Parks Bonifay, where you're in the legendary status with Red Bull, where they're not going to get rid of you ever. Because
you're an ambassador.
Alex is an ambassador, even at a competing style, but as an image for kids all around, for adults. The kid is literally, I got to meet him originally. I think Alex was about 9 or 10. And he came to Orlando for a competition at the Orlando skate park. He came to be on the radio show. We scheduled him like a month in advance because he was traveling all around. But he came in to the radio show and he was like, look, my arm's broke, but we're already in town. And his dad was like, hey, there's a skate comp at the Orlando skate park. And he was like, Dad, my arm's broke. And he's like, if you want to compete, we're here already at the studios. So, literally, we left the studio, went to the competition. The kid has a broken arm, like, literally cast, like, 90-degree cast where you can't even bend it. And he took first place.
Wow.
With one.
That's one of the stories you can tell your
If a kid comes in and does that, you fight him after. You got to fight him or something.
You just don't grab with the cast hand.
Yeah.
Every trick.
Hand plants.
Every trick is the other hand.
Yeah, the kid had so much talent, and just watching him work the pool, he had the pizzazz of our old school skaters that, from the Bro Bowl in Tampa from back in the 70s. Like the way he works the pool from the mega ramp to whatever to the street skate arena, like he has an understanding of style, and that's where we were going before this break. It's not just an athlete. There's a technicality, but you got to have some style to what you're doing, and then you have to have something for the spectators to grab hold of, and that gives you that awe factor where not only the judges see like, oh man, this is some great technicality, I'm going to give him some points, a little style points, but the audience is like, wow.
No, I think he sometimes just throws stuff together. Like, I really think that he makes stuff up in his run. If something doesn't go the way it's supposed to and it lines him up differently on the next hit, I think that he will switch it up at that moment where somebody else is going to stick to that line choice and what tricks they're going to do on what specific wall.
Yeah.
And I feel like that spontaneity that he does is what surprises the crowd and surprises the crap out of him, too, when he lands it.
Yeah. Like, he has that face like a kid on Christmas. Like, it's not socks.
Yeah.
And I was watching him at this last competition. I'm like, he still looks like the same little kid. Like, he's loving skateboarding. I remember a guy was telling me one day, I was at a bar, and they were like, oh, man, look at this kid. He's at the skate park. At a water park. And I'm like, and they're skateboarding through the water park. And I look up on the TV, and we were at Outback Steakhouse.
Okay.
And it was up on the screen, and I look over, and it was Alex, but it was a closed water park. And Red Bull, like, closed the whole water park down.
Oh, yeah.
And,
I
like,
saw that.
the video had, like, a jillion views on it. And, like, think of, like, all the water slides at a park.
Yeah.
And these guys are skateboarding down it.
That's crazy.
Like
they're at Aquatica or something.
Yeah, shut down Aquatica and just let's take our skateboards and, like, have a great time.
But if you're a skateboarder, you see that kind of stuff in just normal everyday curbs and things. Like when you park your car and you get out, you're like, oh, this is kind of skatable. You go, yeah, if I was 20.
Yeah.
I'm a 50-plus man. I can't skate that curb anymore.
Yeah,
but
that's done.
but you still see it, and all skaters do this. Like, I think that if you go to a water park, man, they got transitions all over that place. You got to think about, well, if it was dry and there was no water here, oh, yeah, I could dig.
Well,
But,
Brad,
that's
Brad,
how you look at stuff.
Brad, thanks for calling in. Before we let you go, though, plug your podcast and
yeah, definitely.
where everyone can find you at.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. I've actually been up on that, too. I've been keeping it going. I know it's tough, man, sometimes traveling, doing a podcast. My podcast is Tame Your Talent. So if you just go Tame Your Talent on SoundCloud or iTunes, boom, it's right there. And Instagram, Brad JAYMC, Brad JAYMC on all my social media fronts. So Tame Your Talent for the podcast and Brad JAYMC for everything else.
Oh, man, I love it, brother. We definitely got to see. I know you got so much to do, but we definitely need to link up where we can have you.
An extended play for the show.
Yeah, because you are going to be in the nonsense is going to go on in action sports. So there's more for what's going on with these guys, and I would love to hear your insight on a lot of the things that are happening that are big for our upcoming years in the Olympics. So definitely.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'd love to be there for you. Anything that comes up, you feel free to reach out to me, too, as well. I'll keep in touch with you guys on the event side of things and give you updates and give you some Shaun White updates from the road.
All right. We're definitely going to put that in our podcast and make sure people know what's going on, all the updates.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, brother.
Nice. See ya.
All right. We'll be right back. We got, let's spin the wheel on topics when we get back. All right.
I'm going to pick my nose during this break. Stay right there.
Okay.
It's time to hit the links with your friends at ESPN 580. It's ESPN Orlando The Golf Tournament, presented by In Phase Electric, Monday, December 3rd at the historic Dubs Dread Golf Course. Tee off with former athletes and ESPN 580 personalities in this best ball tournament. Lots of other fun challenge and activities as well. Register online now at ESPN580Orlando.com.
Tired of hanging out in the typical smoky sports bars devouring greasy, tasteless appetizers downed with stale beer? Welcome to a new, refreshing concept from Westgate Resorts, the family-friendly Drafts Sports Bar and Grill. Enjoy game day excitement covered across 42 high-definition flat-screen TVs while the kids play in our state-of-the-art game room. Drink an ice-cold beer and chow down on juicy burgers, spicy wings, smokehouse barbecue, and shareable appetizers. Drafts Sports Bar and Grill is located at 9500 Turkey Lake Road, 1 mile south of Sam Lake Road. For more info, visit draftsports.com.
Psst, Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but Miss Araceli, she gave me direction.
At age 47, Marco finished his high school diploma.
50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Florida State travels to NC State and battles the Wolfpack. Tomorrow, coverage begins at 1:30 p.m. right here on ESPN 580 Orlando. Football lives here.
Warning, warning, warning. You are listening to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando. You have been warned.
You know what time it is. Radio Danger!
Oh man. Like I got my action sport fix.
Yeah, you got goosebumps, man.
Like I'm good. We can talk about anything.
Yeah, Brad
this was kind of like you having like what's the dude Court Bowers on.
Yeah.
You know, like you get excited that you guys razzle dazzle. You geek out on. Oh my goodness! Do you know this when he slammed them and went through the ropes and like you guys have your moment. That was my moment right there.
Yeah.
A person like to say like, oh yeah, like the kid out of Sorgente. Oh my goodness! I look at that day. I love that kid. And then like, oh, Sean Murray and Parks Brown Frank Still Lafferty and JD Webb, and he's like, oh yeah, and like we had these moments, and these guys. A lot of them aren't even competing anymore.
Yeah.
But to have that moment. Yeah. I'm not going to tell them that I got all the wakeboarding magazines in my closet all the way from like literally 1990, about 2000. I would say about 2000 for sure. I go all the way back to 2000.
And then the only thing you got stuck in the closet.
I'm a wrestling fan. A closet wrestling fan.
All right, Kevin. So let's spin the wheel here. We got choose your ending here. So we can either do the NFL season is halfway through. Start of the basketball season. We haven't did our predictions, or you want to talk about the WWE into Crown Jewel. What do you want to do, Kevin?
Crown Jewel.
All right.
Tell me.
Okay, so Kevin, I know. What's that?
What did he pick?
He picked wrestling.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay, so Kevin, I don't know whether or not you guys have been on the campaign trail hard.
Yes.
You and Meyer have been hitting it hard. So I don't know how much information you know about what's been going on
politically
nothing. In the world, especially with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Okay. Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi. He was.
We're gonna do this.
Yes. Yes.
You looked it up right now.
I'm going on my break.
Well, this time, this.
I'm gonna go have a cigarette. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Tied in a little bit with the WWE here.
Gotcha.
Okay, and Nick, he's actually leaving. Okay, so he was murdered. He was murdered in in Turkey at the Saudi Arabian consulate.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of stuff happened. Saudi government denied it. Then they admitted it, and then they fully admitted fault
in the rose bushes or something like that.
Anyway, with that said, we all know that the WWE has taken large sums of money to go to Saudi Arabia, and we gave them flack for them leaving the women out. Right?
Yes, we did.
And so, with this happened earlier in the month, a lot of people were saying that they shouldn't go to Saudi Arabia because of what happened to Jamal Khashoggi. And so a lot of companies were backing out of their ties with Saudi Arabia. Even people from the Senate were urging them to back out. The WWE did not, right?
Yes.
Crown Jewel was the name of the event, and it was actually held this afternoon at noon. So they actually went to Saudi Arabia. They had the event today. And let's say it was quite a disaster.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, you guys probably know Roman Reigns is out.
Yeah, I heard about
he's
that.
been died. He has leukemia. Recurring form of leukemia, and so their top star is gone.
Yeah.
Right. So they're trying to recover from that, but they went to Saudi Arabia, and essentially Brock Lesnar is the champion again. Boo. But everything else was kind of garbage. They have a 10-year deal with Saudi Arabia, so we'll be seeing them going every year, at least twice a year, probably. But they probably get a $40 million payout for this. So that's the main reason why they went, even though they had a quote unquote difficult time deciding whether or not they were going to go or not. But we all knew they were going to stay. So they decided to take the cash over the morals. But you know what, Kevin? You know who backed out of the event? Do you know?
No.
Who's Myra's favorite?
Oh Lord.
John Cena said he's not going. He didn't go.
He says nah.
But he didn't say why.
Not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
We kind of know why. Yeah. And same thing with Daniel Bryan.
Wouldn't touch it with yours.
Daniel Bryan did not go either.
Oh. So some of the big stars are standing up. They're Kaepernicking the situation.
Yeah, and John Cena will not release his reason why, but Daniel Bryan, he gives no Fs. And so apparently he made a decision back in September not to go. So not what happened earlier this year. He said he didn't want to go because of the way they treat homosexuals and the way they treat Sami Zayn. And I told you Sami Zayn is a Muslim, so he didn't even go. So yeah, that was pretty disastrous. But remember when Myra was upset about the women not going?
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
How would you feel if they brought one of their announcers? One of the women announcers. Renee Young. She actually was there. She was there.
She's annoying.
Announcing.
Yeah.
But she had to wear her job, though.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's some form of progress, I guess.
But she's a sellout.
She's doing her job.
If the rest of the girls are standing up.
No, they're not standing up. They're just not allowed to go.
Yeah.
They're not standing up.
Well, I mean, they're not allowed to go, but I'm sure that there's some moment that they're, in the sense, they're trying to fight back at the front desk saying, hey, look, we need to be allowed to go. You guys need to make this happen. If they don't allow us to go there because it's against their religious beliefs or whatever be it may, how about the WWE back down and say we don't need to go to you guys?
Because they gave them $40 million.
I know. $40 million sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
But they have billions.
Yeah.
So what is $40 million?
It's still $40 million.
But I'm saying when you have billions, what is $40 million?
Hey, I mean, Jay-Z said it. $30 million can't hurt me.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, literally just sit back and be like, let's stand up for our girls. Let's break ties here.
But this is a 10-year venture they're getting into. So hopefully to try to bring some.
But it's not $40 million per year
per visit. They already went in April.
Wow. I mean, ladies. You know what I mean.
Yeah. So
how about just give all of the girls from the WWE, give them all.
They had their own pay-per-view last week.
Give them all $500,000.
Oh no, they paid them.
And just say, don't worry about it.
But before we go, let me just ask you this question.
Yeah.
In the 10 years they have, so they got 9 years left. Do you see women in the ring?
No.
In Saudi Arabia?
No. They've had this issue for longer than Jesus. So
Nick, what about you? Because this is one of the main reasons WWE states that they're going to Saudi Arabia to help with the progression of the time. So do you see the next 9 years, their contract with Saudi Arabia, do you see women wrestling in the ring?
I don't know enough about the politics of it, guys, honestly, but I think the WWE is not going for pushing policy. The WWE is going for one reason, it's for the money. And
$40 million.
Yeah, exactly.
But they did bring Renee Young, so she was commentating. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But
oh man,
but yeah, Kevin, it's it. Time's up. We're done.
I had so much arousal during those first couple minutes. I need a cigarette break with Nick.
You gonna play some foosball?
Hey, love you guys. Keep on doing what you do. Share the podcast. Share all the links. Hit us up on social media. Kevin Sutton Show, all action all the time with the Crizzo. Thank my man, Mr. Nick, my man, Dr. Phil, and our girl, Mara, with the ladies' point of view. Don't forget, this Tuesday, if not this weekend, vote for Mara, Orange County Commissioner, District 3. And then, matter of fact, get off your butt and vote. No matter who it is, vote. Red wave, blue wave, magenta wave. Vote.